Hello there, Lisa here with a project share and a really simple, easy tutorial for you today. I am still working on coming up with different ways to use the leftovers that I have from digital kits. I pulled out some envelopes and really quickly just made a couple of envelope folios. You can call them whatever you would like. My intent is to put these inside of the larger project that I used most of the paper with. So it will be an add-on into a larger journal. So I took different size envelopes and really just kind of stacked them together to use up the little bits and pieces that I had. And I just think it's super adorable. It really turned out well. I had enough pieces that I was able to cut little strips to decorate the inside parts of these envelopes here. And you can see it here in the background as well. The little ones, I just took the little flaps off of them and just made little pockets out of them. So I really like the way this one turned out. It's really super cute. Keeping the embellishing to a minimum because I really need this to stay flat so that it doesn't create too much bulk on the inside of a journal. So this one I had quite a bit more paper left over than I did with this one. I didn't have as much, and so I decorated the inside of the envelopes with just some stamping. So I pulled out some like postage stamps kind of looking things and did some stamping here in the background. You can see it right here, fragile, the little postmark. And that worked out really well too. So you don't have to have a bunch of leftovers. You can just use little scraps that you've got. And that's exactly what I did with this one, was I just grabbed the scraps that I had and just started collaging and layering them on. Did a little more stamping here and just layered these little envelopes up to create a little folio. So let me show you what I did and how I did it. And yours is probably going to be different using whatever you have in your stash. I have tons and tons and tons of envelopes for making envelope mini albums over the years. So I have a lot of different sizes that I can go to my stash and pull out. If you don't have a bunch of different sizes, you could certainly make some with your envelope maker. So I started with two large envelopes, the 5x7 sizes. They're 5¼ by 7¼ actually. And this is what makes the base of the whole project here, is these two envelopes right here. That's the base. That's what you see here, the background. And what I did was I made some score lines here to the left of the original fold to kind of give myself a little bit more ease and a little bit more room as I was stacking these and gluing them together. So what I did was I laid them down in front of me, and then I just grabbed a bunch of different envelopes and just kind of started laying them in here in a way that I thought was fun or looked good or was just super cool. That's really all I did. So I'm going to put this one in here and this one in there. And then I'm going to take this other brown one, and I think I'm going to attach it like this. So I've got a fold out here, which is an envelope, a fold out, the envelope here, one here, and one here. Now they're all going in the same direction. So I think I'm going to take this one out, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, can I get that one in there? Nope, it's not going to be quite right. So how about if I take this one and put it right there? And that one's going to be too long because it's going to end up in this fold. So I don't want to use that one. So I'm probably just going to have to go back to the original plan here. So how about this one here and that one there? Let's do this. Let's go this way. So when you turn this page, you've got one that's going to fold out that way. Perfect. That's what I'm going to do. Exactly. That's it right there. So whatever it is that you have, just play with it until you like the way it's going or the look of it or whatever. But don't glue anything together until you decide exactly where everything is going to go. So I know I'm going to put this one right there. So I'm going to pull that out, and I'm just going to glue this flap to the back side of that envelope. So I'm just going to glue that here. Just right up to that fold. Nothing fancy going on here. So I know that I also want this one stacked right there as well. So we're just going to glue that one down too. And I'm going to try and back it out just a little tiny bit so that it isn't right up on that previous piece. I'm hoping you can see that on camera there. I've got it backed up just a little bit, probably about a 1/16 or an 1/8 of an inch. So then I'm going to take this one and it's going to go on top of this one here so that when it folds over, it opens up that way. So let's go ahead and do that. And the best part about this is as you're playing with them, you don't have to cut any of the flaps off. You really don't have to do much of anything other than just stick them together. Kind of want it centered top to bottom. So that one's going to fold out that way. So now I've got everything pretty much in place. I really don't want to go too thick on this because I still want it to fit inside of something else. And that's actually quite a bit of space to use up a lot of your scraps. And anything that you can cut apart as a card, you can put inside the envelope. So now that I have all of that, we're going to take this envelope and we're going to glue it to this one here, and that creates our base now that we already have all the others tacked down here. So I'm going to take it and put glue on this flap, and I'm going to stay about 1/8 of an inch away from that last score line that I made. About 1/8 of an inch away, because that's where I want the bottom of this one to land. Just like that. So all of this is going to be covered up. You won't see any of that. And it actually worked out really nicely that it's kind of graded right here so that they're not all of those edges are completely lined up, so it lays nice and flat. So that really is what I did and how I made it. So from here, the next thing I did was I covered this on the inside and the outside, inside and outside, inside and outside, and I went ahead and set my eyelet for my string. This side here, I went ahead and put paper on this side, and then I attached my brad and circle. And it actually goes to the inside of this envelope here. It goes all the way to the inside. And so honestly, now that I've done that, what I should have done was attach the circle and the brad to the paper directly, to the paper itself, and then set it down so I don't have the brad legs on the inside of the envelope. So that's what I would recommend if I was going to do this again, is take that eyelet or brad, put it through the paper, and then glue the paper down so I don't have those legs on the inside. So that's it. Really easy, really super simple to do. Be creative, and I think this could really be just a little standalone project as well. Again, just using up the stuff that I've already have in my workroom. So I hope you like this idea. I hope you find it useful, and I hope to talk to you very, very soon.